Hello, everyone. It's Jacqueline, and welcome to another episode of Morrison-Lead Growth by Design Leadership Podcast. We are still leading our lives well and doing this podcast primarily to share about what it looks like to really lead your life and to lead your life well, because we believe, myself and my family, who will be joining me as part of the podcast going into the future, we really believe that it is because of our faith and the things that we have leaned into based on our experience and the things that we have gone through that has allowed us to now be at a place where we would like to share with others and have discussions around what it means to live your life well. So today I'm talking about gratitude. Gratitude. What are you grateful for today? Whatever season you're in, I believe that being grateful, knowing how to express the emotions and the appreciation for things done, for things said, for the contributions that have brought us to where we are today, who we are today, who I am today, where I am today. It's because a lot of people, a lot of others have contributed to me receiving and experiencing some good things for which I am thankful. So I want to read a definition here of gratitude. Gratitude, an expression for the good things in your life, the state of being grateful. It's an appreciation. And we are told in scripture, in the Bible, in growing up in our homes, to be thankful and to acknowledge when something is done or said, or when we receive an act of kindness, that our response would be to show gratitude for the things that we experience. Today, though, I talked a little bit about the fact that in different seasons of life, it can be very difficult. There's those seasons of life that we experience where we don't feel very grateful, when we've got devastation and things that are just discouraging happening in our lives. Sometimes we don't have that good old grateful feeling. You know, things can be difficult, challenging. And it's in those times that I wonder, how grateful are we? I mean, if we're not grateful, are we complaining? What are we doing when we're having difficulties, when we're having challenges? One of the questions that I asked in a recent engagement that I had was for those in attendance to think about a situation that may have been difficult in their lives. And although it was difficult, what was the one thing that they could do or did that was in their control? Think of a time when something was not going very well, or that person that was very annoying to you. You're not really feeling grateful. In those times, what's one thing that you can do, or maybe one thing that you did that was within your control to shift the feeling of discouragement, annoyance, or doubt? I experienced a season many years ago. I call it my horrible year, actually, 2014. A year where I felt disillusioned, discouraged, and after a family situation that really turned our finances upside down, a job loss that impacted us in a way that was difficult, to say the least, at the time, because of how many people were impacted by the loss of a job that we experienced. And during that season, I really had to sit and do what I just asked you to do, was to think about the things that I had control over, the things that were good in my life, the things that I had, my family, our health. We still had our home. And it was in listing, writing down, actually started a gratitude journal during that time. And it was what really pushed me through to the other side of the season where it was very, very dark and challenging. But I learned in that season what it meant to really be grateful, what it meant to really appreciate the things that I had and the people that I had in my life in a very difficult time. And I do believe that gratitude is one way in which we can just live our best life. Gratitude is one of the ways, being grateful is one of the ways that we can lead our lives well. And it changes our attitude. Our attitude in circumstances, especially when it's challenging, can really determine whether or not we live well, our health, our well-being, our wellness is impacted by our attitude. And so living our lives and leading our lives well is taking on an attitude of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude. I hope that that would be your posture throughout this week, that you would choose gratitude in the most difficult of situations. Remember this question: what can I do to make my situation the best it can be based on what I can control? What can I do to make my situation the best that it can be based on what I have control of? According to Harvard Health Publishing, two of their top psychologists who have researched gratitude, Robert Emmons of University of California and Dr. Michael McCullough of the University of Miami. They did this study. In one 10-week study, participants were asked to regularly write sentences with a different focus. One group wrote about things that they were grateful for. The other two wrote about things that annoyed them. Group 3 wrote about events that had influenced them that week with no focus on the positive or negative. Those who wrote about gratitude were more optimistic. They felt better about their lives. Surprisingly, they also exercised more and had fewer visits to the doctor than those who focused on sources of frustrations. What do you focus on? Where is your focus? Are you more prone to complain or to see where you may be able to have influence, where you may have some control over a situation and to take action that is positive? I remember my friend Rhonda was going through a time of illness and how I watched her just be thankful for life and thankful that she was able to share with her family her heart's desires and talk to them, tell them stories. And she went through an illness. And I am so sure, I would bet that her gratitude for the things that she had, despite her being ill, the things that she'd experienced, her gratitude, I believe, was 80% responsible for her recovery. She just stayed positive, and throughout her illness, she was able to share good, complimentary words of life and just really helped others while she was the one that was feeling ill. speaking positively all the time about her condition, her expectations, and even the things that she had experienced, finding purpose in her pain to encourage others. And so I really do believe that by example, being grateful for what we have, being grateful in situations that are difficult when we don't feel like being grateful, when we don't feel like expressing thanksgiving, just to pause and do that attitude adjustment, just a shift. Just think about one thing, then maybe two, then maybe three that you have, that you possess, and more than anything else, the relationships that you have in your life. Maybe that relationships are strained within your family structure, but there are other people outside of your family system that you can look to and find joy in having other people and not just lament or pull back and worsen a condition if you're experiencing difficulty because you don't have the people who you want to have in your life. Be thankful for those that you have. There are people who, the doctors and the nurses and the people in their immediate surroundings become the relationships that they're thankful for because maybe they don't have someone to visit them, but they're thankful that they can get care. There are other people in other parts of the world that are not able to get care the way I'm able to get care, the way you're able to get care if you live in Canada at any rate, and certain parts in North America. And so today, I really want to encourage you as we lean in and I have people join me and we talk about what it means to lead your life and to lead your life well. I have a few tips for increasing your gratitude. One that I wrote down here is to keep a gratitude journal. One is to keep a gratitude journal. Write 3 things down every morning that you are grateful for. There are a couple of key things you'll want to keep in mind. One, there are so many different options. Try to make them different every day. 2, remember to thank others every single day for the kindest act or the simplest gesture. Thank someone every single day. And thirdly, take time to just meditate, to have stillness, to breathe, and be thankful for every breath. Do that once a day. Be grateful. Write the things down that you're grateful for. Send a thank you note. Say a thank you to someone that has done anything good for you in a day. We all experience something good in a day, I believe. And take a moment to yourself to just be thankful for the breath that you have in your lungs. Breathe in, breathe out, and be thankful. Do you keep a gratitude journal? I started keeping a gratitude journal during that horrible year I told you about. And I can go back now and I can see just how much of our lives are better, how much of it is good, how much of it is almost miraculous. The fact that we go through 365 days a year and we don't go to the doctor other than to get a physical. We've not missed a meal despite all of, life's issues. And if you're in that position, you have much to be thankful for. And the gratitude journal was a way of reminding me of the things that I experienced and helped me to remember that even in the bad times, to remember gratitude. And so today, I really want to encourage you as we lean in and I have people join me and we talk about what it means to lead your life and to lead your life well. A life that is being led is a life that you're being conscious about. I wish that this week, as you go through each day, you will find something to be thankful for, that your attitude would be one of gratitude. So remember, live fully in your purpose. Talk to you soon.